Now, to start off with our Kandinsky trees, we're going to need a few different supplies. You're going to need a piece of paper, something to draw with, you need some scissors, you need something to color with, can be crayons, colored pencils, paint, whatever. You need some glue, and you're going to need some different colored pieces of construction paper. Now, our first step with this project is we need to make a horizon line, and that is the spot that separates the sky and the ground. So right about the middle of my paper, I'm just going to make a nice little wavy line like this, just to make my horizon line. Now my next step is I need to color my sky and my ground, and you can do this however you want. I'm going to go with a nice green down here, then I'll choose maybe like a light blue or something for the sky. But remember, skies can be any color you want to. And when you color this, you can use anything, crayons, colored pencils, markers, watercolor paint, whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and use some crayons down here. Now, our next step is once we're done with the background, we need to make our tree. So you need to take a piece of brown paper and you want to trace your hand. Now when you do this, you want to make sure you keep your hand towards the top of your paper, and you want to use your arm so that you can have a nice long tree trunk on there. Now the trick is, when you trace your hand, you want to make sure that you are tracing straight up and down. So I'm going to spread my fingers out, and I want to keep my drawing utensils straight up and down. If I have it angled, it's going to look really funny. So you just want to go and trace all the way around your hand. And once you're done with that, you are going to go ahead and begin cutting this out. Make sure that when you're cutting, you are turning your paper and not the scissors. So I'm going to keep my scissors in one direction, and I'm just going to turn my paper on here. Now when you glue your tree down, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you use lots of dots. And I always say lots of dots, globs are for slobs. So I'm going to go ahead and just put glue all over here, a bunch of little tiny dots. You want to make sure to get all your fingertips so that they stay down and your branches don't kind of flop over everywhere. And once you're done with that, you have a nice little handprint tree on your picture, and you have your sky and grass in the background. Now the next step of this is to begin making the leaves of the tree. So I'm just going to slide this over so it can dry for a minute. Now when making your leaves, they are very simple to make. You need at least 3 different color pieces of paper when making these. The first thing you want to do is you want to take your paper and you want to draw a small circle on it. You don't want the circle to be too small, because if it's too tiny, then it's going to be really hard to cut out. After you have that circle, just go ahead and cut it out. Make sure to turn your paper, not the scissors. Now I'm going to take this small little circle and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on it, and I'm going to glue it to a different piece of paper. Now when I glue it onto my next piece of paper, I don't want to put it towards the edge. I want to keep it more towards the center of the paper so I can draw another circle around here. Now my next step is I'm going to draw a circle around here. I don't want it to be really close to that yellow circle, or else I'm not going to be able to see it when I cut it out. So you want to leave a good amount of space. Then I'm just going to go ahead and cut this circle out. Next, I'm going to take this and I'm going to add some glue onto the back of it, just a little bit. And finally, I'm going to glue it to a different colored piece of paper. Once again, I'm going to draw my circle right around here. And then I'm just going to cut this out. And when you're all done, you have one of these really nice looking Kandinsky circles, and then you can go ahead and glue it onto your tree branch. Now the trick is, when doing this, you want to make a bunch of these in different sizes. So don't just make one of them, or don't make all of them the same size. You want to make them all different sizes, and you don't have to just put them on top of the fingertips. You can kind of put them all over the place. And you also don't have to just make 3 little circles. You can make more than 3. But there you go. I'm going to go ahead and make some more circles and then fill up my entire paper here. And there you go. Once you're done, you have a nice looking Kandinsky tree. We've got our really cool background back here, very simple with a nice little horizon line. Then we have our tree made out of our hand with lots of different colored circles back here to really make it pop and stand out. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.